I just saying, like, I used to, I had a home gym, like, this is years ago before I even really trained properly, but like, I've done free ball squats at home in the garage when no one's been around. Shit is so fucking comfortable, man. Like, it's actually the most, like, it just feels so nice just to not be inhibited by like clothes. Like, it sounds real like, you can't actually do it. Although maybe in like 2035 there'll be like nudist gym or some shit. Nudist gyms, I don't know.
I don't think that's a good idea.
That's Cal's corner number 2 for this year.
Nah, you're going to have to wipe everything over as is. Like,
but you have to wear shoes though. You can't wear not shoes, only shoes and nothing else.
And definitely spray the equipment down after.
Yeah, that's what I mean.
Like, true.
I don't know about that.
Yeah, you don't want to be doing that fart on the leg press. Actually, yeah, no, okay. No, I'm just thinking of certain exercises and shit. I'll fucking,
What would be the worst, like, this top of your head, worst machine?
Like, good girl, bad girl.
This is the clickbait for the episode.
Or a lying hamstring curl.
Pretty rough.
Back extension.
Yeah, back extension.
I mean, honestly, bro, anything, even like an excessive like bench setup, bro. Like, it's not gonna be.
Oh, it's true.
It's not gonna be good, bro.
RDLs.
This is a fuck topic.
Yeah.
Oh man. Heyo, welcome back to another episode and another season of It's All You Bro, the podcast by bros for bros. Speaking of bros, I'm here with the lads, Cal and Ryan and Cal, as always. What is going on, gents?
Hey, bro. How is it?
We're back.
Season 3 vibes.
Season 3.
After a new intro.
A quick 2-week break, we've been back.
It was 2 weeks, right?
I actually can't even remember when. Was it July? Was it July when we stopped?
No, I'm pretty sure it was just 2 weeks ago.
Yeah, it was just 2 weeks ago, guys. You guys just coronavirus.
Yeah.
So yes, no apologies for that. We did endeavor to recommence. As you can see, the setup has changed a little bit. We are not at the gym anymore. So that must mean we can't talk about the gym. So it's now a house and garden podcast because we're at our houses. Don Burke
change.
Run for his money.
Yeah.
But no, what's been going on, guys? What's been happening?
Well, obviously, we're doing this long distance now, so some things have changed. Yeah. Everyone's sort of gone on with different things. So Ryan's got a new job and is a bit more time down the coast. Ned's busy. I've just finished my physio degree, so just finished up.
Oh, shit.
Yeah. Feels pretty good. So last couple of placements done. Had enough of working for free, so I thought I'd finish up.
Nice, man. And when do you get your graduation thing to be able to throw the hat?
I think it's December.
That's Ryan's perception of graduating. It's like, I saw it in the movies, the hat.
Yeah. You throw the hat up
and then the movie
ends.
Yeah.
And then you go on summer break. Yeah, no, it's pretty baller.
It's summer break forever.
So how long you been studying physio? Ages, hey?
4 years.
Yeah, oof.
So yeah.
That's commitment, bro.
Yep, had enough. Thought I'd finish up. So, that's all good. I got a new job lined up for next year, doing physio things. So, moving slightly away from the gym and doing a bit more physio stuff, but still always be working in the gym and doing a bit of this stuff.
Even more of a PhD kid now. You've got a PhD.
No, I don't.
Just say you do. And
Ryan, no, I don't. That's that false credit, right?
Yeah.
Will you encourage your
that's some
people?
Seedman shit right there.
Will you...
Coming soon.
Good. Nice. Will you encourage your patients, and not clients anymore, are they patients to lift and get strong or get stronger?
Yeah.
Patience. That's the third rule.
It's like, yeah. It's funny how there's no like universal term for what you call them. If it's clients, patients. A lot of places call them athletes and make you call them athletes, which I think is a bit wanky.
Man, just like, people.
We're all just athlete people. Is like really difficult. Like an actual athlete is not. That should be on its own. On its own level. Like that's just not everyday people.
What's the definition of athlete? Do you have to like be a professional sportsman or something, like a sports person, I should say?
I guess. Oh shit! I'm getting a phone call come through.
Put him on the show, mate. Who is it?
Switz.
Oh, fuck Switz. That's not awkward.
As you were, lads, just keep talking.
Yeah, as you were. Yeah, we'll just forget that there's a video of you. Back.
Yeah.
Yeah, and what about you, Ryan, mate? Starting the new gig down the coast.
Yeah, I'm the new PT at World Gym down here in Burleigh. So that's I've been a member here for the last it'll be over a year now. So finally been convinced to start down here, and it's it's already easier on the travel. I mean, tomorrow's still a big day up at Noggy, but it's it's good. I think I made the right call, so that's reassuring. I've got a deadlift seminar this week, so I'll be able to get in front of a few people and as a strength coach. So that's pretty exciting times.
Juicy, bro. It's always good, like starting again. Like it's sort of rejuvenating in a way, like just getting a new environment. And even though it's, you're still doing the same kind of thing, but just new clients, fresh faces, that sort of thing. Like I always found that. And I never worked at a gym more than like 2-3 years. So I can't imagine working at the same gym in 8 years, bro. Ridiculous.
Yeah, man. Well and truly into 8 years and 4 months.
Well, it gets you out of your comfort zone, which sometimes is a good thing.
Yeah, it is. And I must say it's certainly different having to like start again, new clients, all that sort of thing, and just different conversations. I'm so used to having conversations with people I've known for a minimum of a year, more likely up to 5 years plus. So now it's like, and I don't want to do the whole salesy thing too. Like, hey, I'm the new guy. Want to train with me? So it's there's different. Like, it's a good challenge though. Like, it's not something I'll stuff up, but it's like, it's just knowing that it could potentially do that as well. You could actually step up and
what a grind.
Yeah. So no, but it's good, and it's like less than 4Ks from my house. So it's better than 98 kilometers I've been doing for the last 18 months.
Yeah, that is.
Have you done the maths and figured out how much you're going to save on petrol each week? Like,
I haven't, but I know how often I have to fill up my car, and that's going to be a lot less.
That's respect. Well, yeah, that's what we've been up to, more or less, guys. Quick few housekeeping bits and pieces before we bounce into the content. I think we've got Cal's Corner coming up very shortly.
Hot.
The Blue Balls of 2021, the podcast shirts, the belt shirts, insert picture here. And the website is live as of time of listening. So you can jump onto allyoubro.printbar.com and grab yourself a belt shirt. We have all different varieties, some without the belt. Don't know why you'd want that one anyway. There's ladies, there's
why
crop
is that an
tops.
option?
Yeah.
I don't know why it's an option, bro. Someone told me they should do it, but people that don't want the core stability of a belt shirt, they might just, it's mostly the beaters, I guess. But, there's a couple different colors, different prints, different styles of t-shirts, singlets. I've got some hoodies on there. So that's worldwide shipping as well. So anyone from across the world, you can jump on and get yourself some merchandise. Links in the description. Support the boys. All proceeds go to allyoubro.com foundation. So, very charitable donation.
All proceeds go to paying Ned back for the microphones and everything else he spent money on.
Yeah. All the millions of dollars we've sunk into this fucking Titanic of a.
Which reminds me, I still got to give you some money for this.
Yeah. No, that's right, bro. Yeah. We'll talk off air, bro. Yeah. We'll sort it out.
Right.
My bank account details are 1148.
I reckon what you should do is you should go out and buy 2 shirts, give one to your mate, and see if you can out deadlift Ryan and me. The team deadlift that we've.
The 300. We'll put that up there. Yep. The tandem deadlift.
The tandem deadlift.
We will be running some sort of giveaway on our Instagram page. We'll give away at least one belt shirt. So make sure to jump over to It's All You Bro podcast on Instagram. And on that note as well, we also have all the socials. So all the YouTube is up as well. So we've got video episodes going up with all this. The backlog of episodes have been put up so you can watch. It's just the audio only, but it is on YouTube, so you can see our whole back catalog. And lastly, on Spotify now, you can actually follow podcasts. So make sure you drop down and you can actually follow your favorite podcasts, such as It's All You Bro. And you actually get notified when we upload a new episode. So that is a new feature on Spotify, which I've been enjoying. So yes, on all those socials, links, websites, everything is down below in the show notes.
Perfect.
And we all now have belt shirts. So Calum finally got his after about 6 years.
Yeah, it's I can finally start lifting with a belt.
Yeah.
Yeah, all my lifts are going to go up.
Yeah. Maybe that should be part of your deadlift seminar, Ryan, like the right attire to wear when you deadlift. And it's most certainly a belt shirt and then number one, and then a belt after that.
Yeah, true.
Yeah. So that should be a segment on there. But yeah, so that's all the boring shit out of the way. We're sorry it's been so long. The boys are back. We're fucking on Zoom.
Boys are back in town.
And we're doing 2 episodes a week too to make up for the the long wait. So we've got a Q&A regular episode coming out every week as normal on the Tuesday. And then we've got a Q&A episode on Friday coming out. So basically we'll be doing Reddit questions. That's one of everyone's favorite topic, but also we'll be chucking up on the Instagram every week. A Q&A. So if you've got any questions, whether it's gym, fitness related, bro shit related, or just questions about us personally that are not, well, actually there is no real inappropriateness on this shit. So any questions, no holds barred. Yep. We'll be doing that. So a shorter 15, 20-minute episode, just Q&A, and the regular episode at the start of the week. So good shit.
Season 3.
Season 3, we're here. We're fucking killing it. Calum, you have a debut, Cal's Corner.
Yeah, back in the Cal's Corner. Right. So what I'm gonna branch out a little bit here, and if anyone wants to send in their ideas, like they want to pitch me an idea instead of me just doing the pitching, feel free to let me know.
Pitch a tent.
So you can receive it.
Yeah. So shout out to my mate.
We
Dom.
both made 2 dick jokes at the same time.
Yeah, I tried to just play it off. Yeah,
keep going.
Shout out to my mate Dom, who came up with this idea. So his idea. And I'm gonna change this around a little bit to make it a bit more relevant to our audience. Is what if you could take? All right, now let me go back a step. You're out in public, all right, maybe out drinking or something like that, and something goes wrong and you accidentally shit your pants. All right,
we've all been there.
Yeah, we've all been there. His idea is a pair of like undies that are compressed down so much they're the size of a credit card, so they just go in your wallet. So you just have like an emergency pair of undies in your wallet anytime if you like accidentally shit yourself in public. But I want to take this to the next level and apply it to the gym, and just have like a little thing for undies, like a vending machine or something. So when you go to the toilet after you shit yourself when you're squatting, you just chuck like $10 in or whatever, you turn it and you get a fresh pair of undies out, so you can put them on, get back to your workout instead of like a walk of shame and leaving the gym straight away. Because we all know people do that. Like we've worked in gyms and you've walked in, there's a pair of shitty undies on the floor in the bathroom, and it's gross as. So at least have the decency to throw your undies out or do something with them if you do shit yourself. But what do you guys think?
Yeah, so you're talking about like it's like one of those, it's like a vacuum sealed type of shit, and it just like comes out to normal size. Yeah,
so either Dom's idea of the emergency undies in your wallet, or my idea of like a little vending machine in the bathrooms at a gym that just has like a fresh pair of undies that you,
That is not the worst idea.
It's not bad, eh?
Yeah, big time. As we said, we've all had to experience it, whether it be us or someone else. So having it there as an option would be good. And
even for the ladies too, bro.
You can then put it into nightclubs and bars and all that as well, because
it happens.
It goes wrong. We've all, I don't know if I can say this, but
we've all excreted some sort of bodily function in the gym at some point. So, whatever that may be.
And in a nightclub, if you think further forward there, and you can have the vending machines at nightclubs too.
Yep.
So
there you go. Yeah.
If it was at World Gym too, they'd have it next to, like, you'd have in your vending, you'd have like your alcohol swabs, syringes, and then the undies on the end there. You had that there. Oh,
is it your one at was it Young Pilly?
Yeah. Even back in the day, one of the gyms I was at, it was like every 6 months there'd be something of like, we found syringes in the toilets. You guys have got to fucking.
They really should have those yellow disposal, like the needle disposable.
They should.
Anyway, you guys buying into my idea?
Yeah. I think it's.
Give me out of 10. That's the new thing for the season. What do you guys rate the idea out of 10?
At least a 7.
At least a 7.
Yeah.
Yeah, probably even like an 8. Like it makes, to me, it's either yes or no, and it's a yes. It makes sense.
Yeah, I'm a little stricter. I'd say a 7's fair. I think it's one of those ideas where it doesn't sound that sexy, but it probably would sell really well. Whereas you've had some very good, I think, like pitches. Like the pitch has been really good. It's like a really fresh idea, but maybe it would flop on the market. So I give it a 8 to 9 for probably commercial viability, but maybe a 7 for appeal of the product.
Fair enough. Well,
no one really wants to talk about shitting themselves at the gym, I'd say.
Yep, there you go.
Unless you're Bryce Cleary. You remember that story? You remember that story he told us?
Oh, I don't actually remember it.
He told us a story anyway. Shout out, Bryce. Send us a DM, bro, and tell us that story again. We'll share it on the podcast.
We can get him back on just to tell a story.
Yeah, we could do that. He's our number one fan, guys. Yeah, as I said, if you want to get involved, get on the Instagram, send us some shit, participate in the Q&A. That's what we're here for. Well, that's cool, bro. That's kicking us off for the new season.
Cal's corner.
I respect that. Yeah. So on the sort of topic of that, one of my things that I've seen during the week, actually just saw it earlier today, and it's a new app that's pitched as like the biggest new thing in the fitness industry. It's called Step and Fit. And it's by these two Australian guys. It got notoriety just recently because it's been one of the investors is the co-founder of Afterpay, this like billionaire dude or whatever from Sydney. And basically, it's these two young guys that dropped out of uni to start this fitness-based app. It's described as a crossover between TikTok, Spotify, and Instagram, but for fitness. So it's a free app that aggregates exercise tips into social media, like a feed. So basically, like it's used as a way for like it's targeted obviously like younger people, but like they can see workout. So instead of it just being like whatever viral clip or like funny thing or TikTok trend or whatever, it's like you scroll through feeds and there's like different influencers putting like workouts and stuff like that up. And I thought that was a kind of interesting idea. Thoughts?
Like, yes, I think it could actually sell because I think people are like getting more information from social media and whatnot these days than they used to. Like that's like definitely a source of information for a lot of people. But like what information are they going to share on there that's going to be useful, like really in the long term? What do you think, Ryan?
Yeah, I mean, there's so many avenues already to get stuff from that. Is this going to be one that just brings it all together, or is it more just another one in the list?
I think it's like it's more in the way of the platform itself, like how it's sort of put out there, like where it's like it's again instead of like you think of how many like little like random 20-second videos or like clips or posts that stories that you see during the day that you're like, oh, that's funny as or like whatever. It's basically an entire platform, but it's like purely so like the idea is like. You scroll through and all the entire feed is just different workouts, different exercises, people like demoing lifts or like whatever. It's all just sort of through that. So I think it definitely is gimmicky in the way of like it's in that Instagram kind of feed of like, here's my top 10 booty exercises kind of thing, but it's everything in one place. So like people basically just looking there for like training sort of shit. I think it was just interesting that I saw it.
Yeah, it's good.
Apparently they've already got 11,000 users. And they basically, started as an app. These a guy and a girl, two friends from school, both dropped out of uni, and they got some initial investment or pulled some savings and got it started up. And then they've got investment in there now, over $500,000, including this guy from Afterpay. So I think it's just interesting and like innovation in a space that I don't really think gyms have been, or the fitness industry in general has been that innovative in the last like how many years, you know what I mean? Like
I actually think it has been a bit because I reckon people are learning more stuff off Instagram, just general stuff, and people are getting inspired by people off like Instagram and TikTok and stuff like that than probably have in a long time. Like if you think back in the old like MISC days and stuff, like people, it was pretty underground and no one really knew that much about squatting or anything like that. But now there's so many people just having a go at trying to do some squats or some deadlifts or something like that. It's just because they've seen people doing it on social media. And I think like fitness stuff is one of the bigger like categories on social media. And like, or is that just what I see because that's what I'm interested in?
Yeah, that's kind of I feel recent or what's it called?
Like, yeah, just my bias or whatever. Like, yeah. It's that those microchips I've got, they've been tracking me, and so they know what I like. But I do feel like there's a lot of fitness-based stuff, and it's reasonably popular on like Instagram or whatever, TikTok or whatever. So I don't know. I don't know if people are going to go to a separate, like, people don't like new stuff as well. They don't like a change. Like, if they're already on Instagram and looking for stuff like that, are they going to go to a different app just to look for fitness stuff when there's like other stuff on Instagram?
The question, Ryan, is, should we start an account and put up videos? That's the question. Should we start it? It's all you, bro, and put up some training freaking clips for people?
Why not? I think it'd be great.
Why not? You seem like the type of guy that would have a TikTok account or something.
Yeah. I'm surprised I haven't had one yet, to be honest.
Yeah. I could see you doing like the fucking dances or some shit on there.
The issue would be him trying to set it up. Like, judging by how long it took him to get the mic set up today, like, he's going to need someone else to do all that, like, actual setting up. All
I need is my phone and a magnet.
But no, he's so good at like Instagram filming. Like, he's good at Instagram. So it's like, he just needs to learn like old person.
Instagram only.
Once you teach him how to do it, then he can do it again.
Yeah, the old fishing thing.
Yeah, that's a great quote. That could be your 0.5 later in the episode.
Yeah.
Only been around for 1,000 years. But yeah, Steppen.fit is the website for that one. So I haven't looked too much, but we might start It's All You Bro account. Maybe we can just meme on it. I don't know.
Can we just do random lifts like the 2-man deadlift? We were talking about trying to get a 3-man deadlift. See if we could sneak you onto the bar.
We need a Texas bar. We need to be very girthy.
I reckon. And calibrated plates.
I reckon, dude, I'm just throwing it out there. Don't try this at home, kids. If we get a wide enough bar, like a Texas bar with 3, we're easily pulling 500, bro.
We have to, like, how good
easy
would that be?
500.
If we go, what's the record at the moment? Is it just 500?
501. Dude, we should do that.
And then we can call ourselves the strongest podcast.
Yeah, the strongest deadlift podcast in the world.
Let's go to Strength Sanct. They've got the calibrated plates and the Texas there.
Well, no, we've got to do it at home, so it's a home gym record to beat Thor.
There you go.
If we do it on the rugby league field behind it, no one knows.
Yeah, that's right. Yeah, it can be home gym. Yeah, let's actually do that. We're going to do the largest deadlift of all time.
That'd be very doable.
Yep.
Yeah, well, that's only like 180, 175 each or some shit.
It's all about just syncing it up well, like pulling at the same time and having everything the same.
Just pull at the same time.
Yep, just all pull at the same time. Yeah, but like, you think about Ryan could do some like deadlift, or like we could do like some deadlift tutorials on the actual thing, and then like, but you have like, we could do the conventional, and Ryan could do that other form when you put your legs wide and stuff like that. You just film your seminar on the weekend.
Well, if I went sumo in the middle, then you two just held the bar on the outside of it.
We just do it cross legs. Your leg goes in between each side, and then we cross it over.
I reckon Ryan goes sumo, and then I go like underneath him and bench the bar up from.
Oh, now we're just getting fucked.
Show free ball.
Yeah.
Wear a towel or something.
Shit. All right.
Still wrong.
Next.
No.
Patio, we call it where we're from. We can. Yeah, let's move to the next thing.
Yeah.
Well, yeah. Speaking of, so Calum, you had an interesting study that was produced. I'd like to hear about this because it sounds very interesting to me.
Well, it's not the best quality of evidence, but it's a study I've come across, which is actually talking about muscle parameters as a predictor for the length of stay in hospital if you do get COVID-19. So I actually think this one's a bit interesting because all anyone's really talking about for COVID is vaccines, like masks, yada, yada. But no one's really talking about looking after their own health and about the fact that like the people it's affecting a bit more. So maybe we could think about, things that might help on a bigger scale other than just the obvious stuff that we need to sort out is also like, a bit of nutrition, like eating the right foods, also like losing weight. It seems to affect people with a higher BMI more than people with a lower BMI. But what this study's actually found is that it looked at 186 patients and the length of stay So the amount of time they spent in hospital was much less when they had a better grip strength and those with a weaker grip strength. They also looked at the amount of muscle bulk they had, and the more muscle bulk the patient had, the less time they were spent in hospital with COVID as well. So they're sort of trying to say that from the amount of muscle you have or how strong you are, the more resilient you are to COVID.
Sweet. Well, we're good then.
Would fucking make sense. So what you're saying is instead of injecting Invectrin, we should actually just be injecting test.
Yeah, now you're talking. Or both.
Or both, yeah.
Yeah.
Is this one of those things where it's like it's not actually a direct causation, it's just people that have a higher overall, muscle mass and or strength and or lower BMI are generally going to be just healthier objectively, and therefore they're more equipped to have a better immuno response to any viral load or whatever?
Pretty much, yeah. They were sort of going through and saying that when you have more muscle mass, you actually do recover from most illnesses quicker. But I don't know if that's because you're going to be fitter when you have more muscle mass, and it probably has a bit to do with being younger and having more muscle mass. But what we know is that if you're a fit person, so you have more muscle and you exercise, then you're generally going to be a healthier person and you're going to be more resilient overall. So can't go wrong with getting strong. Build some muscle.
Where does the BMI come in that too? Like as a rough guide, like say you're quite strong, but it could be on the morbidly obese side. Does that
like me?
I was just
strong
I was
and
trying to be
morbidly
nice
obese
to people with saying the high BMI thing. I think most of the studies are saying that people who are obese are more affected by COVID than not. So that was just me trying to be kind with the BMI.
But let's not get,
if you got a high BMI with muscle, then it's probably not a big deal.
Yeah, let's not get too conflated. Jacked equals no COVID. Jacked, no COVID. That's the clickbait headline. Calum debunks COVID. Episode 1. What a banger to start us off. Debunks COVID. Nah, I'm sick of fucking COVID. Let's cancel COVID.
Yeah. So, COVID, stop shutting down the gyms. We need the gyms going. So you got more muscle mass. So you're going to spend less time in hospital. That's my pitch from this, really.
That's some big brain shit, bro. They should be doing the opposite. Instead of locking down the gyms, they need to say that only the gyms can open.
Yeah, there you go.
Bro, that's actually a game changer.
There you go.
Fuck?
Yeah. Come for those hard-hitting facts on It's All You Bro podcast.
It's All You Bro podcast. We got to pitch this shit to the government.
Yep.
I'll fucking rate that, bro. Well, speaking of some lifting shit, Brian, what have we been doing the last? You've been on that PL grind, bro.
Yes, man. I wouldn't say my body's feeling it just yet, but I am certainly looking forward to using machines in about 5 weeks exactly.
How them joints holding up, bro?
I must say my joints are good. I've had a little bit of a knee thing the last couple of days, but I actually squatted. Calum, I told you yesterday, I squatted today and deadlifted fine. So it's one of those 48-hour knee things. But no, my joints are good. My lower back's good. I'm surprised because I had a bit comp been a year ago. I think it would have been different because I've had a whole year of pretty heavy stuff. But I'm looking forward to giving the lower body a bit of a rest from. I'll just skip leg days pretty much, but because I'm squatting 3 days a week, deadlifting twice, and leg pressing as well, it's like, it'll be good to have I guess, go and hack squat instead of actual squat, and especially the low bar setup and that sort of thing. But no, I'm coming along all good. My body feels good enough for the date. If it was another 4 weeks after that, probably not. So
So just for everyone that hasn't listened, because it's been like 3 years, how many start of November comp?
Right at the end of October, 31st
end of October. Okay. So probably at time of listening, probably about a couple of weeks away right now, a bit longer at time of recording.
Yep.
Prep's been going good. To prepare for that, you went 1 from 3 on this mad deadlift comp that we did that has been on Instagram. That was a fun day though.
Metaphorical hat off to you, Mr. Black, for dominating that day. You smoked that 270 deadlift, and it was beautiful to see with the belt too.
With the belt shirt. Yeah, if you need any more evidence, then that's it right there. Video spliced in.
Who needs a Pioneer bloody custom made or a loaded lifting belt or any of those? So no, all jokes aside, congrats, you smoked it that day. It was good. It was with your over 4 weeks, probably 10 days actual practice.
That was fucked.
Sick, and then lockdowns and shit.
Prep for it.
So you turned up and did it, and the beer tasted good after, I must say. But
yeah.
So I'm glad I did that day because it basically for me, I missed my 270 because of grip. It just slipped out right at the top of the lift. Good to get the speed off the ground, but it was hook grip, so now I've gone to mixed grip, and that's been working a lot better. Feels a bit helicoptery sometimes, but at least the weight's coming up and not falling out of my hands, so you can deal with that. It was good to do that back in, when was that, like?
That's probably about August, end of August, probably like a month and a half, 2 months ago almost now.
Yeah, so I've been practicing the mixed grip. That's been going well. My squats been going very well too. I wish bench press wasn't part of the sport, but it's going okay.
Likewise.
It's better than when it was a month ago, and definitely better than it was a year ago. So that's my update there. But no, comp in just under 5 weeks, I think 4.5 weeks now, and I'll be sharing the platform with Bardo, one of my clients, and I think you got 4 or 5, Calum.
I got 4.
4, yeah.
Yep.
So that'll be a good day. Looking forward to it, and it's given me a lot of purpose in my training, which has been very good. So
for sure.
Already things to work on, and the quote unquote off season will be to get a big upper body. I think that's going to help my bench and shit load, and just I've got less sort of back training overall, so it'll be good to do a lot more rows and pull downs. And biceps too. Fucking neglected those. They've got really small.
You just said a thing, Calum. You asked at the start of the episode, what makes an athlete? If you start saying shit like off season and comp season, that's what makes an athlete. If you say off season, nah, that's the athlete there. Right. So Ryan's gone for that cyclist meme where it's like skips upper body day but just jacked legs.
Yeah,
you know that one, that centaur fucking guy. And also, so Cal's got a bunch of clients competing. Ryan's competing, got one client competing. I'll be there vlogging it. Check out It's All You Bro vlogs for that one coming out. Who's your coach, Ryan? Want to chat a little bit about old
hopefully
Bryce?
we can see if we can get him on the podcast too.
Surely you're paying him. You better get him on.
Yeah, exactly. Yes, Bryce Lewis, his name is. So he's a US national, previously US national champ, came runner-up in last comp. Very, don't use the word holistic, but has the whole picture, not just the training, the stuff outside the gym as well. And been following his stuff for a couple of years now, and more recently getting coaching. We have video calls like this where I don't have to worry about a microphone. But
well, you can improve the audio by plugging your mic.
You got the mic.
True. Maybe I should do that then.
Impress him, bro.
He'll be impressed. Yeah.
Yeah, that's right. So he's got some great stuff, really good content on training, and also, as I said, out of the gym too. So yes, here's a quick.
Well, we might chuck up a clip.
A quick hello from Switz, but she came and took my Tim Tams.
Oh, what a dog! Switzy dog.
Yeah.
He's a powerlifter. He needs that shit now.
Yeah, exactly.
Power fatty,
bro.
Yeah. Hey, my belt's still fitting in the setting that I've got it on, so that's good. Yeah. It is a bit tighter if I train in the evening though. Don't know why. But
well, you just eat the day.
Well, obviously no way. It's food. So
yeah. No, I did like that. We'll move on a sec, but I did like that point you brought up about like having kind of like especially when you've been training for a while, like just objectively, like at the start, your goal is like, oh, you're fat or you're skinny, you want to get gains or whatever. Like, but after you've been training like 5+ years, I think you do get into like that monotony. I'm sure we've all felt it, where like having like a goal to work towards, even if it's like a 10-week something like that, like is actually gives you super purpose. I even found that with like just doing that fucking deadlift comp that I did for LOLs, the 2 weeks out of the 4 weeks that I could prep, I was like, man, this is hectic. Like I know I'm fucking deadlifting. So I think that's a good intermediate tip. Like even you don't have to compete necessarily, but maybe you just have a goal of like, I don't know, doing something, whether it's strength based, whether it's, body transformation, whatever.
I think that's where, like, if we're to put our sort of our put our non-lifting hat on here, like people that turn up to the gym and have never been before, I can understand why they'll jump at a 6, 8, or 10 or 12 week challenge. I think that we look at it and go, we would never do that because we don't know. But then go, well, hold on, a lot of preps for PL comps take between 8 and 12 weeks anyway. It just has a different end goal, and I guess we know that a lot of the time it comes around people that just turn off after 8 weeks and just go back to habits they were doing prior. So if they can kind of take some of those, build some momentum over the 2 months and then take it into the rest of your life. But so I wouldn't say I've totally changed my outlook on it, but I can certainly understand the benefits of having, I guess a few weeks to put something together and get some momentum. That's what training momentum is so important. It's not spoken about that much. We've all had times, maybe not you as much, Calum, because you're a bit more of a, I don't know, like Excel spreadsheet sort of approach to everything. But I think we've all had times where
robots have feelings too.
Yeah, true. Where we have dips and you might take 2 days turned into 1 week, and then next minute you're, oh man, training's been so shit, and you can't even like lift anything again. So point is training momentum. That's not a 0.5, but it may as well be.
There's a 1.5er. Went for a bit too long for a 0.5er.
Yeah, true.
Yeah, and I'll be down. I want to hit up some strongman comp in the future at some point. I want to hit that shit up.
And a Highland Games one. That'd be sick.
What's that? Some Scottish shit?
Yeah. Have you guys, you would have seen it, Cal.
Yeah. Do like a caber toss.
Yeah, like that big fucking plank of wood you got to lift up, then like almost like a kettlebell swing, but you throw it over the. That's also strong.
Oh,
it's a lot of like strongman stuff, really.
You got to wear a kilt for it, don't you?
Yeah,
it's frowned upon not to.
Yeah. Didn't Eric did one? Eric Helms?
Yeah, he did one.
Yeah.
Do you have to free ball for it?
You should.
Surely for better lifting, you would get that.
Well, maybe the It's All You Bro podcast might come out with a kilt by then us three can compete.
Yeah, but then you don't need Cal's idea because then you're not wearing jocks. So if you shit yourself, it just goes on the floor. Actually, imagine that you're doing like a farmer's or some shit, and the dude behind you, like, or the next fucking thing slips on your shit. It's like some Mario. It's like some Mario Donkey Kong shit right there.
Dropping a banana peel.
Drops a banana peel, literally, just like, whoa, fuck, occupational hazard. Vehicle matter on the course. That's
why they were free ball.
I just saying, like, I used to, I had a home gym, like, this is years ago before I even really trained properly, but like, I've done free ball squats at home in the garage when no one's been around. Shit is so fucking comfortable, man. Like, it's actually the most, like, it just feels so nice just to not be inhibited by like clothes. Like, it sounds real like you can't actually do it, although maybe in like 2035 there'll be like nudist gym or some shit. Nudist gyms, I don't know.
I don't think that's a good idea.
That's Cal's corner number 2 for this year.
Nah, you're going to have to wipe everything over as is. Like,
but you have to wear shoes, though. You can't wear not shoes, only shoes and nothing else.
And definitely spray the equipment down after.
Yeah, that's what I mean. Like,
oh, yeah, true.
I don't know about that.
Yeah, you don't want to be doing that fart on the leg press. Actually, I'm just thinking of certain exercises and shit. I'll fucking,
What would be the worst, like, this top of your head, worst machine?
Like, good girl, bad girl.
This is the clickbait for the episode.
Or a lying hamstring curl.
Pretty rough.
Back extension.
Yeah, back extension.
I mean, honestly, bro, anything, even like an excessive like bench setup, bro. Like, it's not going to be.
Oh, true.
It's not going to be good, bro.
RDLs.
This is a fucked topic. Oh, man.
This is the pathway.
Actually,
to get
no, I've got it. It's something we don't do that often, but kettlebell swings.
Kettlebell swings.
Yeah. Or like cable rope pull through.
Yes.
You're just like, yeah, fuck. Okay, I'm taking that back.
Yeah.
I'm taking that back. That's not a good idea at all.
Yeah.
I did not think of the specifics of that. That topic, but
keep that at home in your home gym.
Yeah, home workout. But my point stands. It feels very good, and you don't even need to, like, if it's a hot day or whatever, like, you don't need to do a box squat because you can measure depth anyway. It's fine. Like, you just tap and then you back up. It's perfect. You A to G.
Oh man,
it'll be B to B.
Get that
balls of box.
Balls to ground. B to G.
B to G.
That's some full ROM shit right there. Full ROM shit.
Speaking of full ROM, that rolls into this next part.
Holy.
Where there's a debate that only happened yesterday, which, what date is that?
We're bringing back Calum's old segment from 10 years ago that triggered. We had that for like 2 weeks. It was shit. We canned it. So on Triggered this week with fucking Joel Seedman.
Yeah, so Dr. Joel Seedman versus Mike Isratel.
Can we not call him doctor?
Well, that goes into my point about this. What I was going to say from it. So basically, the Reader's Digest version is that Seedman is a proponent for his version of range of motion, which is more knee angle, say in a squat, more knee angle versus, yeah. Yeah, it's,
range
go
of
read the article in
motion.
every comment. Read the article. There's very limited range of motion in his upper body and lower body stuff, and because he happens to work with a few athletes and has doctor in front of his name, people take what he says with, people that understand lifting, not so much. But I'd assume that the wider audience that
the everyday folks,
would be like, wow, this guy's got his new thing. And he even said in his debate yesterday that 80% of his work, quote, 80% of work is the basics, the boring work, so to speak. The other 20 is his gimmicky shit that he finds with different machines.
So he says.
And I thought I can be pretty creative with machines, but at least most of the stuff I've done has a good range of motion in it, and it makes sense. Like Cal doing your belt squat idea with the barbell on the rack, good stuff, no bit innovative. This guy innovates stuff that is just so no need for it at all, and loads and different patterns and stuff, and it doesn't look cool to us, but I can see why people gravitate to that. He even said that 80% of his work is the boring stuff, but he does this to get more clout, more followings, more I guess marketing,
which was the only good thing he said in that entire fucking thing.
Yeah, but when you think about it, it's actually really shit, because he's just going against what he should be promoting anyway. Like, there should be more people pushing the basics, but Mike held himself together.
Friend of the show.
Yes, friend of the show. We'll be having him on again for round 2 in the coming weeks. He was very diplomatic. There's one thing Mike can do is also, not call people out too much, but he kind of let the audience just realize how shit the argument was that he had. And I think Joel knew that from the very start. And the opening part of the podcast is saying, Mike, I want to say thank you for having me, like really sort of greasing up to him to say, please don't go and fucking ruin me in the next half an hour. And Mike actually wrapped it up with a 25-minute mark. He's like, fuck this, I'm out, sort of thing, because he just, but and Mike, as we know, is a big proponent for full range of motion for most things, and to a person's full range, not just some arbitrary full range, and evidence-based
approach, not some random anecdotal thing.
And he was talking about what the research says. Like, Mike, this is Mike here, talking about what the research says about range of motion, both partial and full, whereas Joel was trying to rebut, saying, in my opinion. It's like, well, fuck your opinion, because just because you got a doctor in front of your name, this is a good example of why it doesn't actually apply here. And I think that he got smoked, but it was more, Mike could have gone all in and really, but then he would have come across as a bully, and people don't like that now. So it's like, well, which I shouldn't, but but I think
so Calum, this is a lesson in lesson in causation for you. Don't become a fuckwit just because you got your PhD in physio.
Is Seedman a chiro or a physical therapist?
Kinesiology.
I don't.
Kinesiology. Is he?
That's what it says on his thing. Something about kinesiology.
Yeah. I don't think you should be a doctor unless you're like a medical doctor. Like,
even Isratel says that. He's like, man, I'm like, my wife's a real doctor. She looks after him in the hospital. He's like, I'm a fake doctor. He's got like, help people get strong.
Yeah. So, I got to say, I watched the debate, right, after you, Ryan, linked it in the chat. And I got to say, I'd heard of him. I'd heard of Joel Seedman before, but I'd never really followed his shit, never really seen his shit. And I could not believe how, like, that this guy even had any following at all. Like, because I think that the best point that Mike brought up, which I think is quite often whether it's in actual, the more sort of in-depth industry views of it, the ones that aren't super evidence-driven, but like more commonly just the common everyday sort of perception, or the new to the gym sort of perception is that, it's going to hurt. I'm going to get injured if I go like A to G on a squat. Like, you're not going to, you know what I mean? Like the argument of like range of motion is what's going to cause injury. So restrict range of motion, therefore restrict injury, which I've always found is a dumb argument, because like, as Mike said, it's like, if you're strong, and the other thing, he tapped into that on the sports specific basis, where he's like, well, and you guys all know how we feel about sports specific training, where he was like, well, if only, like if a soccer goalie only gets to 90-degree knee flexion before he jumps to save a goal, then why are you going to squat A to G? Well, bro, if like he was talking about sporting athletes getting into weird positions, but he's talking about doing limited range. And I'm like, well, if they're going to get into weird positions, bro, and it's unpredictable, you want to be strong and mobile through every freaking range so you don't get injured, which was basically the main point Mike brought up, which the literature supports. And even before seeing that, that was my general consensus. I'm like, you know, if you're strong through all ranges, like that's just going to generally be better. Not to mention the points. Anyway, people watch. We'll link the actual debate to about 20 minutes, as Ryan said. But I don't know, Cal, did you have anything to add / thoughts on that?
Not really. I just think that's where something like bands or chains could be quite useful, because then you can still do full range of motion, but you can load that higher, you know, the range of motion that like the partials that Seedman will be talking about with a greater load because of the chain or the band. So like you can program around it and be smart, or do both. Like if that's what you want to do, like do your full range and then do your partials with a heavier weight or whatever. But
overload.
Like we don't need to rewrite the wheel. We know like full range of motion is better. Like we know, you know, you should progressively overload. Like people are trying to come up with gimmicky stuff. It's like that's what it is.
And the thing that struck me, the thing that struck me about his gimmicky shit too is like I could do gimmicky shit that you could at least like, you know, there's like a degree to like, oh, well, you could make the argument. Like the one that Ryan sent was he had he had the safety bar on his thing, and then it was like 1 foot on like a bow suit, or it was like, one like split stance, lunge stance patterning with the freaking safety bar, and he was doing basically a lunge, but then he was holding.
But the lunge was, the knee was about a foot away from the ground too, so it wasn't maybe half a foot.
Half a lot, yeah. So it's like, okay, you're getting whatever stability, but then he was holding the freaking rack. So then you just like all balance and even the fake principles.
He was doing
side
the
raises.
split squat, doing
that
raises. Like, well, what? There's no benefit from.
I was like, is the weight of the safety squat bar like depressing his trap, so then he can get a different like delt stick? I'm like, but like, you know what I mean? Like, if you're into the bit a little bit, you could make up better fake shit that you could have a better chance of justifying, even though you're not ultimately right, than his fake shit. Like his fake shit looks like a 2-year-old made it up, because none of it makes sense.
Yeah.
Like there's a way to look cool and like at least kind of try and justify why it's cool. But like even that was bad. I was just like, anyway. So yeah, we're definitely on the Mike Isratel 1-0, at least 1-0 train. But,
I feel like that wasn't a fair fight though. Like this is like Tyson going up against like one of us, like, you know.
It was like it was like that meme where it's like, I think it's from The Simpsons, and it's like, stop, he's already dead. Like, every time Mike would bring up another point. It was basically every if you search on YouTube, Richard Dawkins like destroys radical Christian or something, like those debates. That was like what it was. It was just like calmly debunks like crazy fucking religious nut or whatever. Sorry, Ron. I forgot.
That's all what she's right.
I don't mind. I'm not speak for everyone. But
Good
Some
shit.
people are just dumbasses.
Yeah. Yes. So that's a bit about what's been fucking happening. That's some interesting stuff there. So guys, we're kind of trying to bring a bit more of we didn't really address too much at the start of the show, but a bit more of a kind of chilled out vibe, some sort of content that we've still looked into and that sort of stuff. And just if we go off on a bit of a tangent, we kind of exhausted the top 10 most XYZ gym trends, etc. So going through obviously a bit more prepared content, but also just some stuff that's been going up. So on that note, let us bounce into some bro news. Cue the theme song.
You gonna play the theme song?
I don't think I probably can't figure it out how to do it in there. Next week. Yeah, Ryan, hold it up real close and then do the thing. Welcome to Today Tonight. So in gender equality news gone wrong, boys netball team destroys girls in state championship. So this was a controversial story that happened. So this is the Queensland Netball State Championships that just happened recently, Queensland being a state in Australia for our overseas listeners. And basically there's not like many boys teams that are playing in the under 17s. And so they said the Queensland State Netball League, netball obviously being predominantly more of a female sport, they let this boys team from this school play in the under 17s championship. And let's just say it didn't work out so well. So they went undefeated against all regional girls sides to win the championship in Brisbane, which sparked an uproar for how unfair it was for the female players. The Suns, which was the name of the team, the boys' team, won their games by
S-O-N-S or S-U-N-S?
S-U-N-S. The Suns. That would have been good. That would have been good. Sons. They won their games by an average margin of 29 goals.
Oh, no.
And beat the Bond University Bull Sharks in the final 46-12.
Oh, no.
And this led many on social media, even rugby league figures, to slam netball for Queensland for allowing the boys to compete against the girls.
I wholeheartedly agree.
Yes, although it is, I don't know, it is interesting on the front of this sort of the gender equality in sport argument. I know no one's saying that like male dominated sports that women should be competing against them, but just as far as I don't know, they let them into the league and they just got wrecked.
Someone else talk because I needed some time to
process
my thoughts.
Process your thoughts. Yeah. What do you think, Calum? There's no. Basically, the idea is like that. There's no male league. There's no men's. There's no boys league. So the idea is
As
like
it should be.
Yeah. Well, yeah. Well, that's your own opinion, right? But like the only reason they were playing is because like there's not like arguably netball is kind of geared the way the majority of other sports are geared, where it's sort of an unequal bias towards the male sports. So they only had to go in the state league against the female teams because there's actually no like male, league or not enough male teams because it's not.
Netball's fine. Like there should be like more. Like there is a lot of like mixed netball. Hey, like social mixed netball. Yeah. Well, at the basketball comp I play at, there's a lot of mixed netball that goes on there too. Like maybe that's what they need is like to open up some more options to have like a mixed netball league or something like that to play. But I don't know. I feel like if it's a social game, it's good, but probably not competitive. I don't know. I think that's the best idea. Like I know netball's very non-contact sort of thing, so that probably helps. But I'm sure the guys are on average like taller and probably could jump a bit higher and be a bit quicker and stuff. Like it's a bit, yeah. There's natural differences between men and women. Like the guys are going to be a bit more athletic, and women are going to be better at other stuff. It's like we sort of know this as a fact, really.
Yes, of course. Ryan,
on average,
have you gathered your thoughts at all?
Yeah, what do you got, Ryan?
Plead the fifth.
Yeah, this is such a stitch up,
boys. Yeah. We like the controversial topics. Yeah. Calum, you started the whole news by bringing some bullshit, fucking woke. I don't even know. It was the basketball guy that got banned from streaming or something for his fucking Nazi hate slur or something. He said.
Oh yeah, Myers Leonard.
Yeah, bro.
That dude.
Has he got a contract yet?
Nah,
he's gone.
He's out of the league. I reckon.
Actually, I want to talk about some fucking NBA later, but we'll get into that. My netball story is like you said, Cal. A lot of people play mixed netball. So at the first ever gym I worked at, all the PTs, there's about 20 of us. We always like everything. We were just doing social sport. Like we played touch one season. Basically, you're not supposed to have players get sent off in touch football, and you're not supposed to get banned from the league after you finish the season, but that happened. So then we're like, let's just do mixed netball because that'll be fun or whatever. So we just went down this social. We thought it'd be a bit of a laugh. We were all pretty fit in that. Like some of us played a bit of netball before, like in school and that. And anyway, for whatever reason, the mixed social comp that we were in, there was like legit rep like teams, like rep under 15 teams and stuff from like these girls' schools and that they used the social comp we were in as like a prep for their actual fucking shit. So we were rocking up here with it for a laugh, and they've got like set plays and shit going on, and like they had a coach on the side like coaching them plays from the start, and we're like, love, it's like 53-1, like stop calling plays, like we're getting destroyed in here. So maybe I just put that out there just to, there was just a personal vendetta against the Netball League of Queensland.
Oh, all right. That's the real reason, hey?
That's the real reason.
Yeah.
It's not about gender equality.
Opportunity after all these years.
Yeah. Well, we won some games, but we got rolled by the fucking, the rep teams. So that's...
What do you got, Ryan?
What do you got, Ryan?
I don't think they should be playing against each other. I think that if the men want to play in their own league, then go do that, and same to women. I think that it's going to discourage more women or in this context, teenage girls to play. If say the tides turn and more men or more teenage boys play in it, that it will discourage them to play because they know they're going to get smoked. And at a time where we want to promote more, healthy, as we said before, healthy living and people getting active and that sort of thing, having men come across into what we know is traditionally a female-only sport or female-mostly sport, I think it's going to have a negative impact long-term. And I don't think it's fair to have the guys playing against the girls. I think the mixed idea is pretty good, having that, and maybe having even mixed too, of like, and that could potentially be its own state championships perhaps. But I don't think it's right to have them going up against them, because at that age or at any age, the male is going to be far more athletic. And there's my
0.5 of the week
looking at this. My diplomatic way of looking at
I'm
it.
assuming that
0.5
it was like a thing where they asked the teams if it was okay if the boys team played in the comp, right?
Yeah, well, it was a ruling from the organisation. So, like Netball Queensland said it was fine because, or they approved it because there was no other teams or whatever. There was no guys. But anyway,
my issue would be why, if they were to say no, then what's going to come out in the media? Like if they said, "Oh no, you can't play because you're guys," then they'd be like, "Well, this is not really." It's like
maybe they thought the girls would win. Yeah. And it would be this like awesome story, like there could be like a project and they lost for like 30 points in a game. Dang.
Those guys are probably pretty good though. That's the crazy thing. Like,
they would have been good.
Yeah, and no doubt they probably played some form of like basketball going out too to get their skills up, I'm guessing.
I think they were netball. Like I think they played netball, but like just for whatever reason the state league didn't have I don't know. Anyway, moving on from the gender woke 2021 shit. A little bit of a feel good story. In bodybuilding news, Arnold Classic bodybuilding event was on the weekend, and Ronald Coleman, the great Ronald Coleman, received the Arnold Classic Lifetime Achievement Award from Arnold Schwarzenegger during the event. So we all love Ronald. He got up there on his bloody crutches, the poor blokes, clinging to his skeletal structure still. But this made me prompt of like, what's your favorite? Because I think pretty much everyone in the gym that's gone to the gym the last like 20 years has like a Ronnieism that they've either heard or they said at the gym. What's your favorite, Ronnie Coleman quote / saying that you would rep at the gym?
What do you got, Ryan?
Me? I thought you were going Calum. Lightweight.
Lightweight, baby.
That's going to be
actually meeting Ronnie in person and showing him our 60-kilo dumbbells at Inogra. He went and looked and goes, "Those are some heavy ass weights." Even he said that. I was like, nice. I was like,
you know that one YouTube video, I think it goes for about 12 or 17 minutes.
It's like a compilation.
Yeah, and it's him wearing those like striped pants.
Yeah, and the American ones and stuff.
Yeah.
Does he leg press that day like a ton or something?
Yeah. He does that, and there's like him deadlifting and him just like dumbbell benching and stuff. I reckon I probably watched that so many times when I was younger, like a bit of a pre-trained sort of.
It's the ultimate motivation compilation.
Yeah.
So, I mean, you can't go past the good old, yeah, buddy.
Yeah. No, it's nothing but a peanut for sure.
Ain't nothing but a peanut. That's the funny. He's such a funny character, man. Like, there's on one of the podcasts that he was doing, and they were basically asking. I think everyone, but like this one specifically was good. And they were asking about the saying. So he's just like, he's like, well, first I used to say lightweight because the weight was heavy, so I'd try to psych myself out. So I'd say lightweight, but after a while, you got to think of something different to say. You can't just keep saying the thing. So I was like, dang, whoa, what else is light? Peanuts light. Hey, ain't nothing but a peanut. He just like says it like that. But I like his other one, time to bleed.
Yeah.
Got to dig deep. So it was just a bit of a shout out to Ronnie, Lifetime Achievement Award, arguably the most decorated bodybuilder of all time, 8 Mr. Olympias. So good for him to get some recognition. And it was a cool moment with him and Arnold on stage.
Such a cool guy too. Like I think that if you listen to when he was on Rogan, that podcast, he just talks about like he was just a dude going to a gym, and I think it was a gym manager that wanted him to get into bodybuilding. And like he pretty much was just like this massive dude that just got like, you know, people around him like dude, you got to go and compete and you got to do this. And he was just like a really like down to earth kind of cool guy that, like, you know, was always just really strong and really big.
It's the guy from Brian, I think his name is. He's the owner of that Metroflex gym that he went to, and he said to like Ronnie was broke or whatever. He's like, "I'll give you a free membership if you do this show. You compete in this local Texas show." And he's like, damn, I don't like this bodybuilding shit and fucking speedos and shit, but damn, I got a free membership. I'll do that show." And he like became Mr. Olympia. You're like, what the fuck?
That's it.
Yeah. So shout out to the GOAT Ronald Coleman, great philosopher as well.
Yeah,
Ronald Coleman. So yes, that is the news for the week. Very good. If you guys have any news topics in your area that you find interesting, you'd like us to discuss, send us a DM on Instagram or email us, and we may discuss them. That's good shit. What else has been happening in the world? We've chatted about that. We chatted about that. Fuck yeah. Thanks for listening, guys.
Is it 0.5 time?
Yeah,
no, not 0.5 time yet. Only other things I had that have been happening. Well, there's a lot of sport been going on. Obviously, footy finals in Australia, at least. AFL and NRL. It's going on.
See the cheese getting a bit of a...
Oh, yeah.
Trouble.
I can't... Actually, let's jump into that bit because, Calum, are you aware of this one?
I don't think I've heard this.
So... Oh, Ryan, you tell it, bro. You're more footy than me.
Yeah, so the cheese is Hectic
Smith.
Cheese on Instagram. Brandon Smith, he
and Munster.
Yeah, we're on their Mad Monday,
and
no sniffing took place, but there was a camera there.
They're in a hotel room or something after they lost the second semi-finals, basically. So they're having a bit of a celebration in the hotel room, and a video gets out.
Yeah, didn't see anybody actually railing the line, but you're thinking, why would there be a camera there? And
there was a bag. Someone had a bag.
What a dog for filming it and then sending it away. It's like, this is the bro code was. It's all you, bro. It's like, nah, not that, bro.
Fuck that.
No longer a bro.
yeah, you're out, bro. Like that's honestly because my thing is like, there's so much outrage over it. I'm like, I don't know. Maybe it's the thing as you get older, but like, I don't really like it was even with Reece Walsh as well, who's a young he's like 19, 20 or something like that for the Warriors. Young player got arrested on the Gold Coast again, like after season Mad Monday sort of celebrations. He got arrested just for like refusing to like, you know, move on or whatever. And then once they detained him, they found he had a bag of coke in his pocket or whatever. And one of the Batuta Advocate brought out like a great article like after because it's all he's bringing the club into disrepute and all this shit. And it's like Reece Walsh does what any other rich 19-year-old on the Gold Coast does every week, like, you know, with means to do. It's like I don't know. As I've got older, I'm like, I'm not really that, like, personally as a fan of the sport or a fan of ex-athlete, like, if you want to do recreational drugs and have a good time on your own in a private setting, I'm like, bro, I don't give a shit. Like, I can understand from a club perspective of like, it's a bad look, but like, if every one story that comes out, there's like every fucking person still doing shit. Like, what are you gonna?
I think the problem is the role models to kids, and then it's like, you know, it's thinking kids can go and do this, but is the real issue that they are role models to kids, where they're really just athletes, like. You know, maybe that's not the best role model, and maybe it should be more parenting that comes into that. Like, who cares if they're adults and they do some recreational drugs? Like, who really cares about that? Like,
I've said for a long time, I think the athletes being role models is like dumb. Like, I don't understand. Like, you are exceptionally good at this obscure thing, throwing a ball in a net or kicking a ball into in between two poles. And it's like, oh, because you're better than 99% of the rest of the world at kicking a ball at a certain spot. Well, you're an upstanding citizen now. It's like, what logic are we following here? But I mean, I get it from the sponsors and the club and stuff like that. I just think, I find the stories like this where I'm just like, so some guys are partying. They're fucking basically knocked off work for the season, for the year, you know, the one day after they lost a close finals. And
well, especially because there's no Australian New Zealand team going to the World Cup as well, which is ridiculous. The two top teams aren't going to the Rugby League World Cup.
Yeah,
it's like they're done. They're done for the year. So yeah, but oh well.
So that's been happening. We got some of the American sports starting back up again. NFL season back on now. And when's NBA kickoff, Cal? Is that coming up soon?
I think it's around the 26th of October, somewhere around
nice. So about another month or so, a few weeks out.
Or not long when this actually
not long when this drops out. Yeah. What are you liking? Can we get a preseason tip for the finals next year? You reckon?
Like I'd say the Nets are the favorites, but at the moment the issue is one of the big three, Kyrie Irving, isn't vaccinated, and at the moment you have to be vaccinated to even go into a gym or a sporting complex in New York State or California. So he won't be able to play any home games unless he gets vaccinated. So he's potentially missing about 50 of the 80 games.
Just plays aways.
Legit, yeah, he'll play aways, but only in the states where he's allowed to.
None of that he'll be.
Yeah.
Shit, bro.
Well, no, but he won't practice or anything. Like you can't even train with him. So there's another dude, Andrew Wiggins, who plays for the Warriors, and he's I think he's a Mormon or a Jehovah's Witness. He's saying that he doesn't want to get vaccinated for religious purposes. And the same thing for him because that's in the state where he can't play any home games, so he's going to miss out on about 50 games out of the 80 if he doesn't actually get the vaccine.
Shit.
So that's a bit that's going on at the moment. So I'd say the Nets are probably my favorite to win the whole thing if they're healthy and everyone plays. But if not, the Lakers are looking pretty good too. I'd say. Which I hate the Lakers, but they look pretty good. There's always the Bucks as well, or even the Jazz look decent this year. So they'll be my top four, I'd say. But I don't know.
Heard it here
with
first.
The Nets.
And what about this Ben Simmons shit? What's going on with the freaking? This seems
Benjamin
like
Simmons.
This seems like some hectic. Like I don't follow NBA. You guys know I'm a filthy casual at best.
Yeah.
But I've been following this because it's always in the thing. Like, it seems like it's never happened before where basically he's just not fronting up to training. He's not getting traded. Well, they can't find a trade for him, but he's gone, well, I hate you guys now. I'm not going to train. So fuck yous.
Pretty much, yeah. They're only getting lowballed offers for him because he's actually still a very good player. He just has a few, holes in his game. But he's saying that he's not going to play a game at all, not even going to show up to training or like training camps on at the moment, like while we're recording this.
Yeah.
So potentially he could miss out on, I think it's the first year of his contract extension this year. So he's probably getting paid $35 million or something for this year. And he could miss out on, a very big portion of that if he doesn't actually play any of the games. So he's willing to sit out of games and try to leverage to get a trade, even if it's going to cost him $20 million or something like that, which is insane. So I don't know. I'm on the Australia to disown Ben Simmons train because I'm out on this, dude. I feel like Australian basketball players are all heart and they're tough guys and whatnot. And he's just showing to be the opposite of that at the moment. He's not willing to go in, and they're extending the olive branch to him, but he's just rejecting it. So. Yeah, I'm not a Ben Simmons fan at all.
When people think they're bigger than the game. This is across any sport.
Well, this all came from in the conference finals.
He choked.
No, it wasn't even the conference. It was the second round. He choked because he had an open layup under the basket, and he was so afraid of being fouled and sent to the free throw line where he'd have to actually shoot a shot that he gave up an open shot under the basket to give to Matisse Thybulle, another Australian player, to take a harder shot. So they're just showing that it's probably their second best player wouldn't take an easy shot because he's so afraid of shooting the ball. And that was where, they've sort of blamed him for losing the series, which isn't fair because, they lost the series anyway, but he definitely didn't help at all.
Yeah, it's rough. They were up, it was against Hawks, wasn't it? They were up 2-0 or 3-1 or something as well. Or at least 2-0, I think.
I can't remember what it was.
They were up. They were definitely up towards the end. But,
this was Game 7, pretty much.
That was in Game 7. But I think they had. I think they were at least 3-2 and 2-0 or something. They were definitely up the series.
Yeah.
And they were. I read as well that he had the worst playoffs free throw percentage, or maybe it was the whole season. And like even he was worse than Shaq. And Shaq is like memed for life for being shit at free throws. So,
but he'd still shoot him. Like he wasn't
he'd
afraid.
still go. Yeah. So that's interesting. And
you just get better at free throws.
Well, you'd think that, but he's not. Like he doesn't practice enough, or he shoots them like in he just doesn't practice very much, and it's because he's afraid of like looking bad, missing them.
Isn't the meme like every preseason there's like training footage of him like sinking threes, but now he's not even at the camp, so he can't even post those videos.
No, he releases it himself, but it's not. But it's almost that dodgy like thing where they shoot like there's the video of him like shooting, and then they cut it, and then just cut to like the ball going in a basket. It's not that bad, but it's like very obviously they just show you his makes and don't show you like the 20 misses that he has or whatever. So yeah,
classic. Yeah, I vibe it. So yeah, plenty of sport going on. The only other thing I had here listed was Thor's boxing. Most recent boxing that was supposed to be Eddie Hall before Eddie Hall tore his bicep. I don't know if that was, I think that happened. I think we addressed that on a previous episode, but he boxed some like world arm wrestling champion or some shit.
Devin Lorat, I think
Devin Lorat, there you go. And basically smoked him.
Yeah, because he's not
a boxer.
For boxing or anything. Yeah.
But you know what? I've been since we started talking about this shit, since the start of the year, I believe. Season 2 start at least, maybe even last year, I believe. I've been Eddie Hall. He's explosive. He's got the power. He's going to win. But I'm changing my tact. I think Thor's winning if they ever fight now because Eddie Hall's fucked up by letting it go so long because Thor just keep getting better and better. And Eddie Hall's still fat, bro. Like,
he's
still the same.
He still looks like Bowser, like with that shell on him.
That turtle shell.
I saw him swimming though. He's pretty shredded, but he's just got that weird body.
Yeah, so I'm on Thor train now.
I can't remember what I said before, but Thor's got that reach on him, and I feel like that's going to be pretty big.
It's just now so shit they're going to try and extend out this beef for another, at least until next year sometime.
I think it's March now. It's slated to, so it's like they're still going back and forth on Instagram trying to be relevant and shit. I'm not really about it, but yeah. So it's gone slow. So that's a bit of a sport wraparound. But yeah, boys, I think that's covered a lot of ground. As I said, we sort of had a fair bit to cover in what we've been up to, etc. Since last season. So it's going to be a bit more fluid, maybe some more time on each sort of thing rather than jumping all over the place. But Shorty, did we have a 0.5er for season 3?
I do. I don't know if I can say it like a 0.5er, but basically...
I'll just try.
Okay,
that's all I ask of you.
If this probably goes out to all the bros out there who might be going to a new gym or at their current one, if you overhear, say, the quote unquote the intimidating guys talking about making you feel small or making you feel like you're not as strong as you should be, don't let that be a reason to not train there. So I'll explain why.
No, that's it. That's the 0.5.
That's it.
Yeah.
You don't explain why. That kills it. That's it.
No, that's good. Explain that. That was good. That was a good 0.5.
0.5.
Yeah. Because about, I don't know if it was a year ago or something like that, training at the current gym that I train at, I overheard, it was basically like jack dude. They're talking like being around the gym for a long time, clearly on the gear, all the rest of it. And they were talking about a mate of theirs who, he's not going to get no big. He can only squat 140 kilos for reps. He's so weak and that sort of thing. It was like just a bullshit conversation.
Yeah.
And at that time, I was in a really shit spot with my squat. So like in their little, in that, what do you call it? The valley of just like, man, I'm just squatting such lightweight. Things aren't going well. And it could have easily been time for me to go, oh, well, stuff this. I'm not going to train here. Might just go train elsewhere or give up entirely. But I'm like, good. I'm going to use that as motivation to sort my shit out, get a better squat. And funny it is, I'm now working at that gym. So I mean, that's the quick version of it. But I think it's a good opportunity to look at yourself in the mirror and go, all right, well, good. If I want to take this stuff seriously, if I want to get stronger and get jacked, it's going to require me to do some hard training. And if it means that, if you feel a bit shit after overhearing people talking about their guy who is week when he's actually pretty strong compared to the average person. You're like, well, yeah. And also show there's no ceilings. So keep going. Gotta get stronger.
You got to take a bite of that trembolone sandwich and
There you
get
go.
on the gain train.
Yeah, true.
I rate it. All right. Well, great episode. Great start to season 3. Calum's, the sun's gone down. You can see real-time progression here. He looks like he's some like weeb in his room with his like laptop jerking it or something with his light on there. Brian's got some blinds. Actually, this is one thing I figured out in Zoom right now or just earlier today. We can get backgrounds in. You can like upload an image and put a background in. So what we'll do, you guys won't be involved in this one, the listeners right now. But what me, Brian, and Cal are going to do, we'll see for next week's episode who has the best background in the gym. You just got to find a JPEG image or some shit online and you upload it, and then we'll go into the thing and boom, you won't even know we're at home. But yeah, guys, final thoughts. Make sure you check out the website, grab yourself a belt shirt, follow us on Instagram for a giveaway for one of the shirts to a lucky listener.
No, it's good to be back, catch up with the boys.
Yes. Yeah, this has just become a means for us to actually stay friends now, to be honest. Like, it's like I wouldn't see you guys otherwise. So
at some point this year, we are going to have a big podcast session at my place and a few drinks.
Yes.
It's going to happen. So,
absolutely. It could be our extravaganza, around about 50 episodes I think
we should record one episode that like straight away, go do our training session, go get some beers, and then do another one after the beers and see what
you can see the deterioration.
Yeah, exactly. And then you can choose whether you upload or not. Actually, no, we've got to commit. You've got to upload.
No, we will upload it. Hey, mate, that's never stopped us before. Being fucking drunk on this shit has never stopped us before.
Yeah,
it will not stop us in 2021.
And instead of doing, diet drink tasting, we can do different beer tasting.
Oh, yeah. That sounds good.
Well, we got some good ideas up around some reviews coming up on different products, etc. I rate that. So thanks for tuning in, guys. Season 3. Stay tuned as well later in the week for our Q&A episode. And until next time, stay swole. Ryan, the thing that you're going to say this season is, and make sure you use 0.5 kilo plates. That's your sign off.
Make sure you use 0.5 kilo plates for your progressive episode.
It's actually so much better. Peace out.
See ya.
Love you.